And the honor of God's word. For I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee, yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. Okay, let's pray. Dear Lord, sin, ever since Adam and Eve has fallen at the Garden of Eden, sin has entered into the world and has corrupted our everyday lives. And ever since then, this world has been filled with fearful things, such as when we're going about, we also think about our surroundings and be cautious. Sometimes we're afraid of our loved ones. We're worried about them if they're probably across the ocean, probably for those families who have like military and stuff like that. Some people who worry about diseases and stuff. But I want to say to those people who are afraid that even in these fearful situations, there is a God who is there for us. Amen. So, in this beginning words in this verse in Isaiah 41:10, it says, "Fear thou not." Now, if you think about it, it's weird how the Lord tells us this, to fear not in a world where there are diseases, there are crimes, there are shootings, especially in like large crowd areas like this place as churches and like malls and schools. But in the next few words, it says, "For I am with thee." See, the Lord says, no matter in what situation you are, no matter where you are, the Lord is there. No matter who loves you, if everyone is against you, even if the whole world is against you, the Lord is there for you. I remember, what is it? Some like missionaries, like in Brazil, like how Jean has said. Right? Yeah. So, just like them, they, as he said, there's all Catholics around them, and since Brazil basically is like a Catholic country, some Christians there might feel discouraged as they're like the only ones there. They may feel discouraged as they're surrounded by these people who do not believe in their own beliefs. This is what the Lord is saying. I am here for you. So in the next few words it says, "Be not dismayed, for I am thy God." As it says here, no matter what trials, no matter how hard it is, no matter how impossible it may feel like to you, it is never too impossible for God. There is no trial that is too hard. There is no trial too big for God Almighty. So, in the next few words it says, "I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee, yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness." Now here when I was studying this one verse, I realized he basically was just restating whatever he was saying in the previous words, like, "Fear not, for I am with thee, be not dismayed, for I am the God, I will strengthen thee, yea, I will uphold thee, yea, I will hold thee with the right hand of my righteousness." He's basically restating himself twice in this one verse. So I was wondering to myself, why would you have to restate yourself two times, basically in the same sentence or the same paragraph? So I basically put it into my own perspective. In what situation would I have to restate myself, or would I have to repeat myself in order for someone to another person? Well, I would have to restate myself or repeat myself to a person who's either forgetful or a person who basically does not listen to me like at first. And it's true, because some Christians, we don't listen to God until we actually learn through the hard way.
when we're finally hit with that trial, when we lose a loved one. Also, it shows in Proverbs chapter 2. It says from verses 1 to 2, "My son, if thou wilt receive my words and hide my commands in thee, so that thou incline thine ear unto wisdom, and apply thine heart to understanding." See, it doesn't matter if you memorize and then you don't apply it onto your life. What's the point of memorizing the 10 Commandments if you don't even follow them? What's the point of memorizing God's Word if you don't even apply it onto your Christian life?
Amen.
You have to think about it. Like, an illustration was, I've been in a basketball team for, I think, 4 years. In all those 4 years, we've only won 1 game. Okay, it's pretty sad. Now, in this illustration was, in our training, we would make plays, we would train our shooting, we'd be taught to do this and that, to pick screens, like in order so that we can shoot for the ball. But then, when we were actually going through the situation, when we were actually in the game, we disregarded all of that. We disregarded all the training, all the plays that we've been doing over the past few months. And that's how it is with some of us Christians. We go to church. Yes, we listen to the Sunday school teacher. Yes, we say amen to the preacher during sermons and stuff. But once we leave the church, we completely disregard that. We don't apply it onto our lives. We only apply it to our lives when we're at church. Yeah. So, here you go. At church. So, yeah. So going back to Isaiah 41 verse 10. Isaiah 41:10. The Lord tells us to fear not, and to be not dismayed, for He is there. He wants us to remember that He is always there, because some Christians, they may feel intimidated. Like, for example, if they're at a job, their boss probably is an atheist, he doesn't like Christianity, and he goes up to you, says, give up Christianity, or give up your job. And at that moment, that Christian completely forgets that his final authority isn't his boss, but his final authority is God and the Bible. Amen. And that's what happens to some Christians. When they don't fully apply these verses, when they don't fully apply the 10 Commandments, when they don't fully apply the lessons that they learned from Sunday school onto their hearts. Yeah, and I would like to close with this. Remember that in any situation that may seem too hard for you, no matter where you are, the Lord is there for you. And that it will never be too hard for Him.